Happy Easter and happy Pesach to you. I might have made an Easter bonnet for you today or colored some Easter eggs, but it wouldn't have been right. Instead, I have to discuss poisons in your food because I want you to be here for many more happy Easters. It is rather prophetic that the American eagle, our national bird, is dying off. The adult is living, but the eggs are not producing the young. And I want you to think of that, because that is what's going to happen to us. Some years ago, in 1962, Rachel Carson wrote a book, Silent Spring. You read it, it made headlines, and they continue to spray your vegetables, spray your trees, spray, that now a penguin in Alaska that has not seen a tree, when it dies, all of its parts are full of the poisons that you and I have been eating and breathing all these years. Rachel Carson was a woman. I'm always very proud when women do these, and I want you to remember the book Silent Spring, written in '62. Along comes another lady, Ruth Winter. This was just brought out this week. Poisons in your food. Another cry in the wilderness. When will we wake up? Now, many of you have a lot of money to spend these days. Will you please spend, this is now a paperback, the few cents that it costs, and buy this book and read what is happening to you. Before I go into details on this, on the insecticide problem, for instance, where if, like I used to own a garden in rye, I shudder now when I think what I must have sprayed with DDT, with Lindane, sold to me right over the store counter and not had any warning. And I'd get a little virus, I thought, or a little vomiting or a little nausea, didn't wash my hands properly, didn't wash the gloves I wore, and then I'd be sick for some days. No one will ever know all the full damage. However, there is a safe insecticide, and believe it or not, these daisies are here with me today because they're made out of a daisy-like flower called pyrethrum. And you can go in and buy a spray, and it must say on it, non-toxic to humans and pets. I'm so full of pesticides. You know, you will look at this, and you will look at the bad cans, and I bet you won't buy the right one because maybe this will cost a little more. Non-toxic to humans and pets. How often have you bought things that said, do not spray if a bird's in the room or an animal's in the room? What about your baby in the room? What about you in the room? Now, very interesting things have come out about this. The man that has brought this powder, this spray, was a conservationist in Africa. In 1950, he was seeing that the animals did not die out. And then he realized the humans were going to die out, and we'd better get going with a safe powder. Now, this is not the answer to all of our diseases and additives. If you remember, I did a show on frozen foods. I'm always hollering about chickens, cows. Do you know they are treated with antibiotics, penicillin? How many of you out there have gotten sick on the penicillin your doctor gave you? And now you're eating it. Cows get mastitis. This affects the udders, and they have to be injected with penicillin. 47 days for it to start to leave. Now, a farmer's not supposed to sell the milk nor the beef, and yet he will sell it. And then a person will say, gee, I had a penicillin reaction. Nothing is being done about it. I beg of you women out there, do me a favor. I want you to write, not to your senator, not to your congressman. I want you to write to President Nixon. Yeah. I want you, this is what I want you to say. Yeah. Investigate the poisons in our food. And Mr. President, you have many parties and you have many caterers. Did you know the caterers have no inspection of the places where they prepare that elegant chicken salad or that elegant potato salad? Did you know that the food vendors, the stuff you buy in the machine, they shove it in, the hot dogs, and I have to do a show on frankfurters. It's going to make you vomit what you find in that. So, my darling public, please help me. Help me, help yourselves. No more poisons in our foods. Let us live to see our grandchildren. If the politicians can start a war and kill off our men and find money for space, they're going to get up the moon, and you know what you're going to find up there? Dog feces, germs, poisons in your food. I'm sick of it. Now, will you women, I don't know where you guys are, but will you women promise me right now, get that postcard and get it to President Nixon? I mean it. In case you didn't hear me clearly and don't know that... Oh, I promised today to be gentle and, nice grammar. If you didn't hear the names of the books and where to write me, care of Skitch, 205 East 67th Street. We will make this a place where the American eagle will fly.